What's happening, guys? Joey here. Today we're going to talk about the 2018 Sony X900F and what it's been like living with it every day for the past month. Let's talk about it. So how many zones are on this TV? Well, I counted them, and I counted 5 zones from left to right horizontal, and I counted 9 zones top to bottom vertically. So there are 9 vertical zones and 5 horizontal zones. So 9 times 5, that's a total of 45 zones on the 55-inch version of the Sony X900F. Moving on. How are the speakers on this TV? I would play them for you, but it's extremely difficult to play audio through a microphone, through YouTube. It sounds a little bit thin. They don't sound amazing, but they get the job done. So if you're watching cable TV or you're watching sports, right? I think it's just fine. I think when you watch movies and you come across scenes with a lot of explosions, you might be a little bit disappointed. The low end on this TV and the mid-range is a little bit weak. Okay, actually it's weak all the way through. So the speakers are definitely a weak point. I can't even describe it nicely. The speakers are pretty bad. The viewing angles on this TV. So the viewing angles are the same as last year and the year before that. They're not better. They're not worse. They're the same. Let's talk about the design. I think the design is same old Sony. Nothing new. It's not bad. It's not amazing. I think for a huge black rectangle sitting in your room, it's pretty good. Really, there's a woodpecker pecking on my window. Come on, man! Where was I? Woodpecker distracted me. Oh, yeah, the design. One more time. So back to design, before I was rudely interrupted by the woodpecker. You gotta be kidding me. The design. It looks like every other Sony TV. I think all Sony TVs look the same. They don't look bad, they don't look great. They look like thin black rectangles. The frame feels like plastic. Yep, that's plastic. The back is plastic. Woodpecker. Hey! You know... Jeez, sorry about that. Freaking woodpecker. Alright. So, I think the design is fine. It's not bad. It has a thin appearance, but it does feel like lower quality. Like, who cares how it feels? I mean, what else can you ask for? It's a rectangle. So, I think the design's fine. I would not drop this sucker, though. But, you know, that said, after handling all of these TVs so frequently, they all are receptive to warping. Anytime you're moving these TVs, be very careful, especially LED TVs. If you want to get the most color out of this TV, you need to use HDMI ports number 2 and 3. They're the only 2 ports that support 4K 60 420 10-bit, or 444 or 422. Let's talk about banding. There is banding on this TV, and this is the first time I've ever seen banding on a Sony. I have a vertical dark streak right here on the left side. The good news is I have yet to see it in normal content. So I've only seen it when I run my vertical banding test. I've never seen vertical banding on a Sony TV before. So a little disappointed because had a little win streak going on for Sony, and the streak has been broken. Ah, you see what I did there? Yeah, all right. No, actually it's not broken. The streak is there fully intact. Okay. The interface. Okay. I can't. Wish it was a little faster, a little smoother. It's not. It's just not. Let's talk about the good things. I think this TV is for someone who wants good picture quality and you have a very specific budget. I think this is a very good cable TV, and I don't mean to beat Sony up this year because I love Sony. I just had higher expectations for them because they set the bar pretty high last year. In fact, most of our favorite TVs last year were Sony. I think the next model up from this in price is going to be the Samsung Q8FN. Unfortunately, Sony did not give us any new mid-range or premium models this year apart from the X900F. So if you want to go up in quality from this, you're a Sony lover and you were looking for different tiers of Sony, at least LED TVs, full array local dimming Sony TVs, you don't have any other options apart from the Z9D. So it feels exactly like the same old interface that we've had since 2015. Every year, my Sony TV feels the same. It uses the same remote. It never gets any better. I mean, really, this feels like 1987. Do we really need all these buttons? Really, the numbers? I don't know. Sometimes the X900F is unresponsive. Literally, I'll press a button and it won't respond for like 3 to 5 seconds. And that drives me crazy. And I can't even make an excuse for that. Like, I don't know if it's just this X900F or all of them, but that is my biggest gripe with all Sony TVs. They are slow, they are sluggish. It's like controlling a 1990s TV. It just kind of sucks when you're rooting for, you know, a company. Subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you guys get notified when we post a new video.
Yeah, listen, I am what I am today 'cause I did it.